So then after you got home and you're out of the Navy,
Yeah.
then you didn't go back to the adding machine company.
No, I went to, where did I go? I went to, yeah, I was with Elliot Fisher. Then from there I went to,
Houghton, Mifflin, right away?
Stayed with them.
And then did you and Uncle Charlie start playing basketball again, or only you?
He played for a while, but then he played with the Metropolitan Life Insurance, had a basketball that played in some league, and you know, and he played at the church too with me. So Charlie was a good athlete. It's too bad.
Yeah. And so then that's how you met Mom. That time around playing basketball is how you met Mommy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, well, see, her father, my father-in-law, Al, he was into sports, and he'd come down and watch us play. And eventually they made him the coach, and for a guy who knew nothing about basketball, he did well. He was a good coach later on when he became the head coach down there. It was good. Then Charlie gave up, and I stayed playing. And your mother, my mother-in-law, her mother, worked for one of the big Hotel Astor, I think it was, in New York. And I got to learn a taste for Scotch because whenever I was over there, they offered me a drink or something, and they would always give me Scotch, and I never liked Scotch when I was in the Navy, but I got used to it. And she said to me, this is my mother-in-law said, Christmas, you know, because she was like a room clerk, you know, designating you in this room, that room, that room. You can take a bottle of Scotch with you, and that's how I acquired the taste of Scotch.
Mm.
Then I went to Houghton, and Houghton, the building that's when 128 was being built for a lot of these buildings, and they went and they stripped me out there.
Yeah.
But somehow the job didn't work out, and then I went to
Cumberland Farms.
Cumberland Farms. How could I remember? Every morning you hear it on the radio, and they didn't stay there. I was working more hours than any, and he says, "You got to do something." Yeah. So then a friend of mine who was an Eastern Star, he needed some kind of a guy, like an office manager, so I got to go with them. And then when I was working with Roxbury, they were in the process of being sold or going out of business. And luckily, one of the vice presidents of, the drug company that he knew somebody in Fitz Insurance, and they had a guy that was Ken Wills, and he was changing jobs, and I got the job, and that's where I wound up.
Yeah.
So now, when I was growing up and coming up to Framingham all the time, I always used to hear it mentioned that you were driving a school bus at the time. How did that come about?
Oh, well, I retired went to Halter through the Masons, I guess you'd call it. He had a school bus in Ashland, which we had 13 routes over there. And he found out that I was free because I used to deliver for this guy, Graham Joy, and I had time to drive the school bus, and that's how I got involved in that.
Mm.
And that was interesting.
Did you have to go for a special license for that?
Yes.
You did?
We were, John Marini and I took our test at the same time. We got some woman come out, she was the inspector or whatever, and we drove around. We had a snowstorm the night before, so the ground was streets were bare, but all around, bushes and everything were still full of snow. And we had to do this, we had to do that. It wasn't hard. So, and then Winter Hall, he used to take me out on Sunday morning before church, and he'd take me here, turn here, back in here, do this, do that. And one day we went out special, not special, but I thought, didn't even know, realize it. He says, what? And then I came back and put the bus back in the yard. And he says, you know what you did today? That's going to be your route. So I had a route with all the little deers.
Yes. And how many times did you do the work for the Boston Marathon runners? 1 or 2 years or more?
No, more than that. I went up in Lynn's upstairs, and then don't you have the things we had, the sheets that advertised it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, about 4 or 5 of them up there, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was great. You drive into Boston in the morning, the day of the race. Drive into Boston, pick up a bunch of runners, drive them all the way up to the high school of Hopkinton High School, and then we'd be driving around, running from one parking lot to another with people who parked their cars in us. We weren't exactly doing nothing well. And then we pulled over, and then the parade, once the parade got by us, then we had clothes from the runners, and we had a designated street, I guess 2 blocks away from the end of the race, and we pulled in there, and these, with all their clothes, and the guys that had a number, they had number 4 bus, that was maybe my bus, and they knew I had their clothes, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's all they had to do was look for whatever bus they told them their clothes were going to be, and well, that was good.